Have you ever felt like the most obvious solution is staring you right in the face, yet you still can't see it? This short story explores just that, and trust me, it's a mind bender. Hello, book lovers. Welcome to Ace Book Talk. Today, we re-diving into a classic of detective fiction, The Purloined Letter by Edgar Allan Poe. Poe, a master of the macabre and the father of the detective story, lived a tragically short life filled with personal and financial struggles. Despite these hardships, he left an indelible mark on literature, crafting tales that explore the depths of human psychology and the mysteries of the human mind. Poe was a literary innovator, a poet, critic, and editor, and his influence can be seen in countless works that followed. The Purloined Letter, published in 1844, features Poe's famous detective, Auguste Dupin. The story opens with Dupin and his unnamed narrator friend receiving a visit from Monsieur Og, the prefect of the Parisian police. The prefect is in a state of utter frustration. A highly important letter has been stolen from the royal apartments, and despite the police's exhaustive search, they have been unable to recover it. The letter, you see, contains compromising information that could damage the reputation of a certain royal personage, a woman of high standing, and it is now in the possession of the ministered, a man of intellect and political power. The police know Ministerd has the letter because they saw him take it, but they can't find it anywhere. The prefect explains the meticulous searches they've conducted. They've examined every nook and cranny of Ministerd's apartment, scrutinizing furniture, tearing apart upholstery, and even checking for hidden compartments. They've even analyzed the walls, floors, and ceilings. Nothing. The prefect is desperate and offers a substantial reward for the letter's recovery. Dupin listens intently, offering no immediate solutions but promising to consider the case. A month passes, and the prefect returns, even more exasperated. He reaffirms the thoroughness of the police search, emphasizing that hiding the letter any better would be impossible. Dupin, after some prodding, asks the prefect to describe Ministerd. The prefect describes him as a poet, which gives Dupin a crucial piece of information, but more on that in a moment. Here's where things get interesting. Dupin then reveals that he has obtained the letter himself. The prefect is dumbfounded, demanding to know how Dupin succeeded where the entire Parisian police force failed. Dupin explains his method. He understood that the Ministerd, while intelligent, was also prone to a certain intellectual blindness. The police, in their relentless search, had assumed that the letter was hidden in some elaborate, concealed location. However, Dupin reasoned that the minister, knowing the police would think this way, would hide the letter in plain sight. The prefect had focused on where he would hide the letter and not where the minister would. He also reasoned that because the minister was a poet, he had a particular blind spot, a type of arrogance that allowed him to hide the letter blatantly. Dupin visited Ministerd's apartment, pretending to have a casual conversation. While there, he observed a letter displayed prominently on a card rack. It was crumpled dirty, and addressed in a handwriting that was intentionally made to look different from the minister. Different from then and then a handwriting right intentional distant. Dupin recognized it as the purloined letter cleverly disguised. To retrieve the letter without arousing suspicion, Dupin later returned to the apartment, arranging for a distraction in the street outside. While the minister was distracted by the commotion, Dupin quickly swapped the original letter with a near-identical forgery. The minister, realizing the letter was gone, would not raise a public alarm, because he would want to keep the fact that he possessed it in the first place a secret. Dupin's success hinges on his ability to think like his opponent. He understood that Ministerd, despite his intelligence, suffered from a particular blind spot, a failure to recognize the power of simplicity and obviousness. Dupin even left a note in the replaced letter quoting the villain from a play, signaling his intellectual victory and the motive for doing so, an act of revenge. So, what can we learn from the Purloined letter? First, simplicity can be deceptive. We often overcomplicate problems, assuming that the solution must be complex and difficult to find. However, sometimes the answer is right in front of us, hidden in plain sight. Second, understanding your opponent is crucial. Dupin didn't just rely on his own intelligence. He studied Ministerd's character, anticipating his actions and exploiting his weaknesses. In life, whether in negotiations, problem solving, or interpersonal relationships, understanding the other person's perspective is key to success. Third, observation is a powerful tool. Dupin paid close attention to details that others overlooked. He noticed the crumpled letter, the unusual handwriting, and the placement of the card rack. These seemingly insignificant clues allowed him to solve the mystery. Cultivating our observation skills can help us see patterns, detect inconsistencies, and uncover hidden truths in the world around us. In essence, the Purloined Letter is not just a thrilling detective story. It's a lesson in critical thinking, observation, and the power of understanding human psychology. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, question our assumptions, and appreciate the elegance of simplicity. If you enjoyed this exploration of Edgar Allan Poe's The Purloined Letter, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Ace Book Talk for more insightful literary discussions. What other classic mysteries would you like us to unravel? Let us know in the comments below. Happy reading!